Let us now look at the 37 practices of a Bodhisattva. Currently, we're covering the seventh point of the 7 preliminaries concerning taking refuge, which is the gateway to the teaching. Bound themselves in the prison of samsara, whom are the worldly gods able to protect. Therefore, it is the practice of the Bodhisattvas to go for refuge in the 3 unfailing jewels. However grand their powers may be, great worldly gods and so forth are themselves locked in the prison of cyclic existence, from which it is extremely difficult to be freed. Having become helplessly bound by the tight iron fetters of the suffering's origin, karma, and the negative emotions, how could any of them protect the individuals who pursue the benefits of the higher realms and seek liberation from samsaric misery and the lower realms? They lack even the slightest capacity to provide such protection. Therefore, when seeking protection, one takes refuge, surrendering oneself with the total confidence in the precious 3 jewels, which are at all times naturally unfailing and which possess the definite ability to protect one from all the fears of existence and the temptation of peace. This is the mode of practice whereby all bodhisattvas train in the application of taking refuge. From the way of the bodhisattva, victorious ones, protector of beings, who endeavors to guard beings, those great fortitude dispels all fear. From this day forward, in you I take refuge. What is meant by the expression protector of all beings? The victorious one protects all beings with a compassion free of any partiality. Over here, the author started to explain the way of the Bodhisattva. The expression who endeavors to guard beings implies that he acts for their welfare, free of any partiality. Great fortitude means he is free from all trepidation, dispels all fear, means he is skilled in the method of dispelling the fear of others. Someone endowed with these 4 special features is suitable as a refuge. The Buddha possesses all these features, but others, such as Ishvaras, do not. The Buddha is established as the supreme refuge. Consequently, the Dharma that he taught, as well as his Sangha of the followers, are also suitable refuge. Thus, 70 stanzas of taking refuge states the Buddha, the Dharma, and the Sangha are the refuge for all those who wish for liberation. Among the many benefits of taking refuge is that one fully enters into Buddhism. In short, from the Paramita Compendium, this Paramita Compendium is not the condensed compendium of Prajna Paramita. Maybe it's from the Paramita Compendium Sutra. If it says that if the merit of taking refuge had a form, even the 3,000-fold universe would be too small to contain it. However, if one does not feel trust from one's heart in the 3 jewels, it will be difficult for all the benefits to arise in the genuine way. The shortcomings of not taking refuge are the corresponding opposites of its benefits. The important trainings, the individual ones as well as the general must be learned elsewhere. Furthermore, Lord Atisha says, rely fully upon the objects of refuge, the supreme refuge, the master, and the 3 jewels. Rely on them with faith, the immense ground of virtue, which is admiration, yearning, and certainty. What kind of qualities would define faith then? That is admiration, yearning, and certainty. Having realized the refuge taking as the root of Dharma, Atisha established all the monks and lay people of Nyentan and elsewhere in the state of refuge. Thus he became renowned as so-called refuge master. Nowadays, people who likes to release life, they're called the release life teacher, and there are people who likes to build likes to beg for alms, they would be called as the alms begging teacher. Maybe, maybe not. I'm just presuming. In Nietang, there is a Tara statue even till now. That statue is very well known. So Lord Atisha would travel around that area and give refuge vows to people. That is why he is renowned as the refuge master. There are different ways of performing the refuge ritual. There are the extensive rituals and the short ones. For example, there is a short ritual included in the commentary, that is the commentary of a great chariot on the three arresting the mind by Long Chenpa. Nowadays, I think it is essential to perform refuge rituals to people, to let people get refuge or have refuge vows, because nowadays it's very difficult to become ordained. Not many monasteries would receive new monastics anymore, especially if they're seniors. So it would be essential to receive the refuge vow. Zhong Tunpa also explained that it is difficult to be freed from the ocean of samsara. It is also difficult to bear all its sufferings. Therefore, we must seek refuge together with all our parents. If you ever look for sanctuary elsewhere, you'll find there is none superior to the three jewels. And he said that there is no teacher comparable to the Buddha. There is no protection comparable to the Dharma. There is no field comparable to the Sangha, therefore I go for refuge in them. Potowa said we should take refuge in the transcendent capable conqueror, that is the Lord Buddha, who is the source of protection against our fear of suffering of samsara and the lower realms. Others, such as worldly gods, Ishvaras, Nagas, and sorcerers, cannot function as refuge, since they themselves have not transcended samsara. He continued, have thought about this again and again, our trust will further develop, our being will grow more pure, and the blessings will thereby arise. After we have taken refuge with a certainty from the core of our hearts, we train in its precepts. Whatever we do then will be nothing but the activity of the Buddha. But people like us are not even able to think of the Buddha's wisdom as some sort of clever sooth-telling. Nowadays, people, rather than trusting the Dharma, they would, rather than protect and spread the Dharma, they would use the title of being a Buddhist rather to harm Buddha Dharma. There are people who do not seek for the wisdom of the Buddha, but sees the Buddha's wisdom as some kind of clever sooth-telling. People would seek for predictions and mode-tellings and things like that. People do not believe in the words of the Buddha, but they would believe in predictions. Moreover, in the country of Yinhua, no one knew greater happiness than Geshe Kamlongpa, who puts his trust in the three jewels. Also, in the country of Longsho, Chen Ngangwa did the same, and his happiness, well-being, and fame were great. It is the same with all others who carry out the Dharma. If we also put our trust in the three jewels, it is certain that happiness, well-being, and fame will occur. Karakpa said, if you rely on them, they will not deceive you. This is exclusively the quality of the three jewels, so always go for refuge there. Gyaltse Tokmi himself explains in this way, since all the worldly gods and humans being here are themselves not free from their fears, they are powerless to protect others, and should therefore be understood to be not supreme permanent refuge. Since we seek refuge in those who are definitely able to bestow all temporary and ultimate happiness, we should be placing our trust perfectly in these three jewels. With a mind of devotion, fervently take refuge. Moreover, he taught that while on the path, taking refuge is the supreme main part, the preliminary practice, and the way to clear obstacles. He also practiced this way accordingly.